Hi, everybody. Welcome to English Digest. I'm Tom.
Hi, I'm Stephanie.
It's our unit on careers as we continue marching through the month of May, heading towards summer. I suppose you all are looking forward to summer vacation, which may be a little later this year because of the delays of schools earlier in the year. But in any case, if you're still kind of trying to figure out what to do with your life, we're talking about something called Humanities Majors. Okay, majors in the humanities, which a lot of people think are kind of useless. The more useful ones are like science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So you might want to reconsider there because there are a lot of opportunities in the humanities.
Yeah, so what is humanities? It includes literature, of course. It's things that are concerned with our culture. A lot of times it's literature, history, art, music, philosophy. Those kind of degrees, sometimes they're easier to get, but then it's harder to get a good job. And usually when you graduate, it's really tough finding a good job at first. The entry-level jobs in this sort of arena don't pay very much, but once you start going and you get promoted, the salary goes up and you're in a field that you like. For example, publishing. I had some friends in publishing in New York City, and that's where to go. That's where you go if you want to work in publishing. But when you first start out, you're paid so little. And you're living in New York, it was hard to make ends meet. But if you can hang in there sometimes, that humanities degree will allow you to spend your whole career doing something you love.
Indeed. So we are in defense of the arts, why the humanities matter. So indeed, if you're kind of artistic or if you like social sciences and stuff like that, there could be opportunities for you. You don't have to force yourself to get a degree in business or engineering or mathematics or whatever. So let's find out what this is all about. Let's read through the entire content of today's lesson now one time. In the modern age, few look kindly upon the study of the humanities. Mentioning liberal arts or social sciences often provokes comments about graduates of these fields being restricted to low-paying jobs. Parents even pressure their children to shun these subjects, with many more students choosing STEM majors or business as a result. But these studies don't suit everyone, and the humanities are far from useless. In fact, they impart skills that are critical to society. Humanities degrees offer far more than meets the eye, while STEM degrees often train students in hard skills like laboratory work. Humanities teach soft skills like critical thinking, collaboration, persuasion, and empathy. This last skill is exceptionally important, as being able to understand the needs and wants of other people, like customers or teammates, can make the difference between success and failure. The necessity of such soft skills is supported by statistics. A 2017 study found that the fastest-growing U.S. jobs in the last 30 years all require high social aptitude. Also, around half of UK employers express concern about their employees' teamwork skills and management of emotions. In one study of 1,700 people, the majority of those in leadership positions were humanities graduates. While you can be a great communicator and critical thinker without a humanities degree, such fields devote more time to these skills. There is a widespread myth that humanities majors have significantly greater unemployment than STEM majors. However, in the U.S., humanities graduates have only 1% higher unemployment than engineering graduates. The skills offered by humanities programs even enhance career flexibility. Ultimately, the humanities are nothing to sniff at, so students hoping to study them can make that choice with confidence.
Hi, everybody. We're ready to dive into this. Both Tom and I have a humanities degree, so I think it's interesting to talk about this. Mine, I thought, was more practical when I was getting it than, say, someone who was studying art. Or let's say art history. I had a friend who was studying art history because I was in broadcasting and I thought I was going to go work for a news organization. But my degree was actually under the humanities umbrella. So, and Tom has a humanities degree as well. He can talk about that. So we're trying to defend this degree because it seems like more and more you hear people say, all you should study is the STEM degrees. Don't worry about anything else. But why is it that we need to remember our culture and civilization and even philosophy? These things are still important. And our writer, our author, Catherine, she is actually writing this about why we should defend the arts, stand up for the arts.
Yeah, we're in education here, English as a second language education. So this is a humanities career or field. So our degrees are probably compatible with this. If we had, majors in engineering or stuff like that, we wouldn't even be here. We'd be living in Silicon Valley or something like that, making tons of money. But yeah, this is in defense of the arts. And the humanities do matter. So reconsider if you, like things like, languages and social science, and you're not really too excited about mathematics and stuff like that. Well, in the modern age, few look kindly upon the study of the humanities. Yeah, when I graduated from college many years ago, it was kind of accepted that I would have trouble finding a job, okay? My classmates around me, if they had mathematics degrees or computer science degrees, like this guy Dave I knew, at the time, computers were starting to become more popular. So he made a ton of money. He's got about 6 or 7 Audis in his 5 or 6 apartments that he lives in suburban Chicago. But me, well, I'm living here in Taiwan, enjoying my life being an English teacher. But, there you have it. So lots of people think, hey, he did much better than you with a science degree, and you took a degree in the humanities. There's the difference right there.
So in the modern age, it says, few look kindly upon the study of the humanities. To look kindly upon just means you approve of it. But here it says, few look kindly upon it. So not very many people are happy when they hear their kids are going to go into a field which would be in that particular area of the humanities. Mentioning liberal arts, you'll often hear us say, oh, I have a liberal arts degree, or I studied social sciences. Those also are under this the umbrella, like I said, of humanities. If something provokes you or provokes someone, it just means you get a reaction from them. Typically, it's not a good one. It's usually very strong. It's very, maybe someone's angry. You can also provoke an animal if you do the wrong thing too, right? So you don't want to provoke people. But here it says, just mentioning liberal arts or social sciences often provokes comments about graduates of these fields and how it's really hard to find a high-paying job or even middle range salary. When you first get out of school, at least with your bachelor's degree, it is hard to get a good paying job if you have studied the humanities.
Exactly. So, yes, indeed, lots of people probably make comments about you. Oh, boy, you got a degree in literature. You're going to be really poor when you grow up. You probably can only, go for your graduate degree and hope that you might get some kind of tenured professor position at a university someday. So, yes, that kind of provokes or brings about those comments from people who probably studied science and stuff like that. And parents even pressure their children to shun these subjects, with many more students choosing STEM majors or business as a result. So here we've got the word shun, which is a verb. That just means to kind of reject something. You ignore it. You don't pay any attention to it. For example, back in high school, I tried to ask this girl, Dawn, out for a date, but she shunned me. She avoided me. She didn't want to talk to me. And ultimately, I never got to go out with her. So yes, to shun, to just kind of discourage these subjects. Yeah, you want to study art, you want to study music, but you're better off studying chemical engineering. You can make a lot of money with that.
Yeah, but what if you're not interested in that? That's also important because you're going to spend your life in that particular field sometimes. So we've got a lot of students nowadays that are choosing STEM majors or business as a result. Tom actually went through what all of those letters stand for. Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Those are STEM degrees. And we don't spell that out, guys. You have to say STEM, because if you say STEM, people in America at least won't know what you're talking about. So learn to say STEM. But these studies don't suit everyone. Exactly. And the humanities are far from useless. In fact, they impart skills that are critical to society. To impart is a word usually only used in written English. I don't think a lot of people use it when they speak. It's not a very conversational term, but you will hear it. To impart just means to make or to give to somebody, to bestow. Teachers impart their knowledge to their students. So they give the knowledge they have to their students through teaching.
Yeah, so you just try to let people know about something, so your parents will impart knowledge to you, or your grandparents will impart knowledge to you, so when you grow up you can use that information to have a better life, etc. And so indeed, these particular degrees will impart those skills that are critical to society, humanities basically. You can get along with people better. There's probably a position for human relations in a company, and if you're good at it, you can probably get a lot of respect and you'll make a lot of money eventually. Maybe not as quickly as STEM careers would, but eventually you'll be okay. So don't fret about a humanities major. Okay, that brings us to the end of the first part of our lesson for today. Let's listen now to our Chinese teacher.
Hello, my name is Shelby. 做文意选填的时候，尽量要由词性及句意来考量。今天的主题是人文学科，其实前瞻性很高的。第一段是关于一般社会对人文学科的想法，到第二句的地方。一提到 liberal arts， 就是大学的文科或者一些社会科学，经常会 provokes， 是激起一些评论，关于说这些领域的毕业生 being 怎么样子到一些低薪的工作。空格一放在 being 的后面，可以填名词、形容词或者分词。而这些领域的毕业生怎么样子低薪工作？选项 F restricted 受限于、受约束的，后面经常加介系词 to 再加名词，表示受限于某方面，所以答案选 F。接着，父母经常怎么样子他们的小孩 to shun 是避开、躲避这些科目，结果很多学生都是选理工科或者是商科。空格2的主词 parent 是复数，可见这里要放复数动词。而父母又怎么样子小孩避开这些科目？选项 C pressure 强迫，对谁施加压力，符合文意。另外 pressure 也可以当作名词表示压力，例如 high blood pressure 高血压。第三题，但是这些 studies 就是指理工科，并不是适合每位，而 humanities 人文学科是 far from 远离空格3。接着，事实上，他们 impart 就是传授一些社会上所需要的重要技巧。空格3是要搭配前面的 far from， 表示绝不是什么，当主词补语。形成说明 humanities 人文学科是怎么样的，空格可以放名词、形容词或者分词，后半句又说他们对社会是重要的，所以选项 I useless 无用的，表示人文学科绝非毫无用处，答案选 I。
We're going to take a quick break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back, guys. We're talking about the humanities and the degrees that students go and get while they're in college. It's an interesting subject. I first wanted to study singing voice, and my parents were not happy about that, even though I'd been singing at that point for about 10 years. They encouraged me to choose something that was more practical. And so I did. I went ahead and found something that was practical in terms of getting a job, but something I was still very interested in, and that was the news. I love the news. So even though it's in the humanities area, it's a bit more practical than, say, art history.
Indeed. So, yeah, humanities degrees are what a lot of parents try to discourage their children from studying, but humanities degrees offer far more than meets the eye. More than meets the eye, okay? Oh boy, that reminds me of that old Transformers cartoon show from many years ago. The Transformers, more than meets the eye, which means...
Oh, I never saw it.
You never heard of that before?
I've heard,
okay.
But I've never heard the song.
Yeah, that was like an old cartoon show that was done with a toy company to promote toys. So now we have the Transformers, but that's another subject here. But in any case here, more than meets the eye just means there's more to it than you can actually see. If you ask more questions and do more research, you're going to find out that there's a lot more to it than just the surface.
So while STEM degrees often train students in the hard skills like laboratory work, humanities teach the soft skills like critical thinking, collaboration, persuasion, and empathy. You know, I think back to my last job in New York, and a lot of the kids that we ended up hiring right out of school were all humanities majors because they'd learned to think critically by writing a lot of papers and comparing things, especially literature. So let's take a look at some of these words here that include things like soft skills. So soft skills, you'd have to be a critical thinker, know what's wrong with an argument, and then be able to debate it. Collaboration, of course, is when you're working together with other people to produce a result. And if you're not a good collaborator, it's hard to get very high in business, at least, because, you know, if you're not able to collaborate with other people, you'll never be promoted as a manager, right? You'll never be promoted to work with bigger groups of people. So collaboration, that's really important. Collaborate is the verb. Persuasion. Persuasion is essential just in real life. Can you talk someone into doing what you want them to do? Not something bad, it could be something good, but persuasion's essential. And to persuade someone is the verb.
Exactly, to persuade. Persuasion here, of course, is when you try to convince someone to do something, usually because they don't want to at first. They're kind of skeptical at first, but you persuade them, you present them with arguments, and then they gradually accept your position. Persuasion. Also, we've got empathy here, being able to feel how other people feel and stuff like that. That's important in business so you can work together and produce a satisfactory result for everyone. Now, this last skill, empathy, is exceptionally important as being able to understand the needs and wants of other people, like customers and teammates, can make the difference between success and failure. So indeed, empathy is important. In fact, it is very important. It is extremely important. It is exceptionally important. So there you go. Exceptionally here is an adverb. It just means really, really important. So important that it's kind of by itself. Exceptionally, it's from the word exception, which kind of means something beside the normal.
I think it's the reason why a lot of these top CEOs tend to come from humanities backgrounds and just learn as they've been in the company for a while as they get promoted. If you can't work with your teammates or other people in your department, it's going to be hard for you to be promoted. So yeah, empathy is really important. They've probably heard of EQ, emotional quotient. That's the flip side of intelligence, the intelligent quotient, which is your IQ. Your EQ is how well you get along with people, and if you can understand what other people want and need. So the necessity, the importance of such soft skills is supported by statistics. Statistics are a set of data that you collect after doing some surveys, interviews, things like that, and then you analyze the numbers and you tell us what the numbers mean. If you work with stats, you're a statistician. it's a tough job. But I know you have a lot of Taiwanese folks that are really good with statistics. I know some of them from Zhengda. So 2017, there was a study done then that found the fastest growing U.S. jobs in the last 30 years all require high social aptitude, or as I just finished saying, a high EQ. You need to be able to empathize with people and get along with people and persuade people for sure.
Yeah, having a science degree or engineering is great, but for a lot of people, you need to sit behind the computer all day and figure out mathematical equations or building designs or something like that. But at some point, you do have to work with other people. You need to cooperate. You need to work together. You need to reach a conclusion. So that's why these skills are so important. Okay, these are called soft skills. And, of course, the hard skills refer to basically stuff in the STEM careers. So, indeed, we've got some statistics there that back this up. Also, around half of UK employers express concern about their employees' teamwork skills and management of emotions. Yes, I think we've all worked for a company where there's some people who just don't get along with other people. They're kind of hermits. They like to be by themselves, but they're not going to get ahead if they just kind of stay to themselves all the time. It's the people who are able to work well with others and have those teamwork skills and can manage not only their own emotions, but the emotions of others. Those are the people who are going to get the promotions.
So in one study of 1,700 people, the majority of those in leadership positions were humanities graduates. I'm not surprised at all. You also have this problem if someone's really good at something, but they can't control their emotions. They might suddenly lash out and yell at a colleague or a coworker, which is bad too. So you need to be calm and cool and be able to handle your emotions if you want a leadership position. Now, while you can be a great communicator and a critical thinker without a humanities degree, which is completely true, I want to say, you don't find those qualities so much in STEM students. You find them more in the humanities. But there are some really talented people in STEMs who also have great soft skills. So they have the whole gamut, you could say. They do everything. So these fields devote more time to these skills because what you're doing is you're looking a lot of times at writing or how people think if you're in philosophy. So you learn empathy, which is an interesting idea to even be able to learn it, but you can.
Right. Sounds to me that you might want to study everything, but, you need to make a decision at some point whether you're going to study engineering or mathematics or something in the humanities, like sociology, psychology, stuff like that. Now, here in the final paragraph, it says, there is a widespread myth that humanities majors have significantly greater unemployment than STEM majors. Yes, this stereotype still exists, okay? And it might be true to a certain extent. At least it seemed like it was when I graduated from college. It seems like my friends who had studied computers and stuff were heading off to high-paying jobs right away. But me, there were no job offers coming in for somebody who could edit film and stuff like that. You had to find an entry-level position in such a field and expect to get no pay for it and live in a big city where you had to pay rent and stuff like that. So it was not, very optimistic back. At least I wasn't optimistic. But this is a widespread myth. So I guess maybe this isn't true so much. Unemployment refers to people who don't have jobs.
Especially now, at least in the States, our unemployment rate was so low that, there were lots of jobs for lots of people. And it wasn't just the STEM people getting the jobs, although that's still a good area to major in. We don't want to discourage any STEM students out there. It's a great major. So in the U.S., it says humanities graduates have only 1% higher unemployment than engineering graduates. Yay, humanities! That's pretty good. I'm surprised, actually. So it says here the skills offered by humanities programs even enhance career flexibility. I can't tell you how many of my friends who have humanities degrees ended up in a different field than what they studied. Wasn't that true of you too, Tom?
Yeah, it certainly can happen. It depends on your opportunities and who you know and stuff like that. Flexibility means being able to change easily. Flexible, of course, is the adjective. So, yes, after you finish college, you need to be flexible. You need to take whatever opportunities that come your way. You can't just wait for the perfect opportunity. So, yeah, you can have this career flexibility. And ultimately, in the end, the humanities are nothing to sniff at, which means there are nothing to insult. There's something to be taken seriously. So students hoping to study them can make that choice with confidence. And you could also choose a career in STEM fields as well. Yeah, everything is going to present you with some opportunity at some point or another. Okay, that brings us to the end of our explanation for today. Here comes our Chinese teacher.
第二段提出证据，说明人文学科的重要性。第二句的地方 STEM 学科呢，训练硬技能，例如像实验室的工作，而人文学科教授软技巧，例如是批判性思考 collaboration 合作 persuasion 说服力 and 什么东西。好，空格4前面有对等连接词 and， 那要连接相同的词性，前面3个都是名词，空格4也要是名词。后面的句子又提到说，这个技巧能够了解人们的需求。选项 B empathy 同理心就符合这个要求，所以答案是 B。第5题，这个 necessity 必要性 of 软技巧是怎么样子 by statistics 统计资料。后面说美国市场需要社交才能，而英国员工要有团队技巧。可见的这些统计资料是来证实这些技巧的必要性。选项 H supported 是被证实、被支持，所以答案选 H。到第6题的地方，在一项研究中 the 什么 of 那些位居领导阶级的人都是人文学科的毕业生。空格6放在 the 定冠词的后面，所以要放一个名词，而呼应这一段的主旨都是强调人文学科毕业生表现很好。选项 G majority 大部分就可以是这题的答案。第7题，尽管你是一个很棒的沟通者，或者是一个批判思考者，而没有人文学科的学位 such fields，这 fields 是领域，是指人文学科。这些学科呢，怎么样子更多的时间在这些领域上面。好，复数动词 fields 领域，所以空格7要放复数的动词。而人文学科怎么样子更多时间在软技巧上，而造就了大部分的领导人才。所以答案选 K devote， 把什么奉献给的意思。它后面呢，经常又搭配介系词 to 来使用。我们答案选 K。第3段。人文学科不见得没工作。第8题有一个普遍的空格 that 人文学科的主修很明显的有比较大的 unemployment 失业率，比起理工科目。好，第8题空格前面有一个 a 冠词，表示后面要放名词，而后面的句子又提出说，事实上人文学科的失业率理工学科多出一个百分比，所以这句提到的比较大的 unemployment， 这是一个错误的想法，是一个 A 选项 myth 迷思，没有事实根据的论点，答案选 A。第9题，人文学科提供的技巧，甚至怎么样子职业的 flexibility 灵活性，也就是说在不同领域都可以适用。好，选项 L enhance 提升，可以提升灵活度，答案 L。第10题，最后呢，这些人文学科绝对不会令人嗤之以鼻。Sniff 是嗅闻，搭配介系词 at， 衍生为对什么嗤之以鼻，所以 to sniff at 不定词，它来后位修饰前面的 nothing。所以那些想要修习他们的学生，可以怎么样的做出选择？空格10前面是介系词 with， 后面要加名词或 ing。选项 D confidence。是自信、有信心 with confidence 表示有信心的。以上是今天的讲解，谢谢收听。
That's it, guys. We hope you know a little bit more about the humanities and why they're important. They're important for civilization. We hope that you'll come and join us next time for our next program. I'm Stephanie.
I'm Tom. Goodbye.
Bye.